1984, I was performing in my very first Broadway show called The Boyfriend. And I was asked to audition for Richard Rogers, who was preparing for his new show with Mr. Hammerstein called Pipe Dream. So I went down to the theater and went into an empty auditorium and tried to find Mr. Rogers in the audience. I couldn't see him, so I sang this excruciatingly high aria with a massive cadenzas, and I belted it out as loud as I possibly could because I was very anxious to impress. And when I was done with the song, Mr. Rogers came up on stage to greet me, and he said, "That was absolutely adequate." And then my heart was to beat, but then he smiled to show me that he was teasing. And he asked me if I had been auditioning for anybody else that season, and I brightly replied, "Oh yes, I just finished singing for two gentlemen, Mr. Alan J. Lerner and Mr. Frederick Lowe. They are preparing, I think, a musical based on George Bernard Shaw's Pygmalion." And Mr. Rogers looked at me for a couple of seconds, and then he said, "I'm going to tell you something. Listen." He said, "If those two gentlemen ask you to do that show, I think you should accept. If they don't ask you, I wish you'd let me know, because we would very much like to use you." Well, I was asked to do that other show, which was, of course, the wondrous My Fair Lady. And I've always been grateful to Mr. Rogers. Well, I mean, what phenomenal generosity and such kindness. Just amazing. However, about 18 months after that, I did get to work for Rogers and Hammerstein. They were asked to do a television musical of Cinderella, and they asked me to play the lead. How lucky can a lady get? It was to be a live telecast, live that very night. And some kind soul said to me just before the cameras rolled, "You do realize, don't you, that probably more people will see you tonight than if you played on Broadway in My Fair Lady for 15 years. Which is not exactly what I wanted to hear just before we went out across America. But happily, that night was a huge success, and I was told later that more people watched that show that night than at any other time in television history to that point.